I can recall the month that I realized I wasn't working on my life's purpose. It was April 2024. I was working as a mechanic and I was going to technical college at the same time. I would wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, be at school at 7 a.m., be out of school at 12 p.m., be at work at 1 p.m., be out of work at 6 p.m. Then I have to go for 30 minutes of traffic, finally get to the gym at 6:30, get out of the gym at 8 to 8:30, and I have to eat and call my girl at the same time. And then I'm just left with like 5 to maybe like 15-ish minutes to think, just to have free time. And I would sit there and I would just think, is this what I want to spend the next 2 years of like technical college classes going and doing? This is what my daily life should look like. And even beyond that, is this the career that I want to go down? Is this the path that I want to go down? And I realized it fucking wasn't. It wasn't. It made me miserable. I was depressed, miserable. I had no joy in my entire fucking day. And I fucking ran away. And it was probably the best decision I've made in my entire fucking life. Because I have found my purpose. And it's this YouTube channel, a career as an engineer. And just even fucking yesterday, I was smiling when I was running on the treadmill. I was smiling. I was looking around, happy as can be. Look, when we feel depressed, we usually think of it as a bad thing. We think we're sad, we're miserable, we hate our lives, and we're just not happy at all. But it's actually a good thing because we know three things. We know there's a reason we're depressed, that reason being that we're dissatisfied with something in our life, and that dissatisfaction coming because we don't have a purpose, we don't have goals, we don't have a project, or just any mission, any life's mission, something that we're walking towards, something that we're excited for, something that makes us happy. So depression is a very powerful thing. I wrote a paper about it in high school about a Vietnam War veteran that after the war he came home and he had no purpose, he had no goal, no mission, and he was just depressed. He would spend his entire day just driving around a lake, just bored and miserable. And I think the reason that he did this is because he never worked on his mental health after the war. He probably had PTSD and a bunch of other issues. He never changed how he viewed himself. He always thought of himself as a soldier during the war. And then he never found a purpose after that. He never found any goals, anything to work towards. And all three of these issues is slowly just culminated in his mind. And he eventually committed suicide. And it's brutal, I think. As men, as women, just as a human being, we need mental health. Mental health, I think, is probably the most important thing that a human being can have because it can get you out of these issues. It can get you to success. It can get you to happiness. It can also, with bad mental health, it can get you to misery and failures. And I dealt with a bunch of issues and mental health before for probably like 6-7 years since I was a kid, like when I was 13 years old. I've been dealing with mental health issues and mental health problems. And I'm going to walk you through like exactly what I do every single morning so I can boost my mental health. I'm currently working on a course as well to help young men improve their mental health, improve how they view themselves, and actually find a purpose as well. So link in the description for that. But I'm going to be walking you through every single thing that I do every single morning. I do 6 things in the morning so I can actually smile while I'm on the treadmill. So very first thing I do is smile. Very first thing in the morning, I do breath work. I do some deep breaths. I do some gratitude. I think of what I'm grateful for, what I'm happy to have in my life. Then I go outside. I get morning sunlight in my eyes directly. Then after that, I meditate. I sit down, focus on my breath for a little bit. And then I do playfulness. So the very first thing that I do every single morning, being smiling, I'm able to adjust and change my emotion. As a man, you are able to kind of just change your emotion to any emotion that you want. You can be joyful, you can be happy, you can be excited, you can also be depressed, angry, and just miserable and stressed. You can change to any of those emotions. That's just like a little bit of practice. So why not change to the best emotion? Why not change to being happy? Because let's say you wake up one day and you're just like frown, you're sad, you're miserable, you have low body posture, you're like, I don't want to wake up, I don't want to go do what I want to do throughout the day. Instead of being tall and confident, being like, hey, I'm happy, I'm excited for the day, and just with a smile. And I used to like wake up and just fucking sit there on the bed for fucking an hour, not wanting to get up. As soon as I started smiling, I was able to just change that. I was able to say like, I am excited to get up and go do my day. So I was able to get up, brush my teeth probably like 10 times faster than if I just weren't fucking able to smile. The second thing is now breathing. Deep breaths kind of activate our nervous system, our parasympathetic nervous system. So whenever you take a few deep breaths, you'll just notice that your heart rate slows down, you'll feel more calm, you'll feel more relaxed. So especially when you are very stressed, you feel like you have so many things you have to do throughout the day. When you just take these few deep breaths early in the morning, I just like doing like 3 or 4 deep breaths. I do it all through the nose. You can do it through the mouth if you want to. I just think that breathing through the nose is just simply just better for you. Just do it with me. Just do a couple deep breaths and you'll just feel less stressed. You'll feel like just more relaxed. And then when you force that smile, I shouldn't say force. Whenever you just smile, you'll feel just more happy. You do the breaths, you'll feel more calm. And then the third thing I do is gratitude. Every single morning, I just go in my notes app on my phone. I go in my notes app, I type in, I'm grateful for blank, and then I think of what in my life that if I didn't have would make my life a million times more miserable. Like, for example, I'm grateful that I live in America. I could live in South Sudan. I could live in North Korea. I could live on like right next to Gaza Strip and be near like a genocide, a bunch of war. I could be a slave. I could be a child slave in a mine. But I'm not. I'm not that. And when you realize what you're grateful for, you look at what makes you just more happy, what in your life you truly have, and it makes you think more positively about the world. Because whenever we get depressed, we get stressed, we get angry, we get mad, it's because we're looking at the negative. Whenever we look at the negative, we never really get to where we can accomplish anything because we're just always thinking everything's going to fail, everything's going to go bad. So when you start doing gratitude, you think about the positive, you think about what the world could be and what the world is, and that you're happy about what it is. The fourth thing being sunlight. Whenever we get sunlight directly on our eyes, on our skin, especially our eyes, the photons from the sun hits our eyes, activates a bunch of chemical reactions, with all our cells, and it releases dopamine, testosterone, estrogen. It releases a bunch of hormones and gets you ready and prepared for the day. And especially releases dopamine, and dopamine is your motivation. Dopamine isn't just a happiness. Whenever you hear dopamine, it's usually like, oh, it's with happiness, things that make you happy or are fun, but it's actually just your motivation to go do something. You get dopamine whenever you're scrolling on your phone because you're motivated, because you're excited, because you want to see the new thing. You want to get more and more dopamine. You want to get more and more excited. Or whenever you jack off, you get dopamine because you're motivated to fucking release the fucking beast. You're motivated to it, but right after that, you're demotivated because you lose that dopamine. Right after you're finished masturbating, as a man, you just lose all that motivation, you lose all that dopamine, because it just leaves your body. So that's why whenever we get sunlight in the morning, we're able to get that dopamine boost, so we're actually motivated to go throughout the day and actually do our work, actually go and do things. And it's really important also for our circadian rhythm. It'll improve our sleep if we get sunlight within 30 to 60 minutes of when we wake up. Don't do it immediately. Do it just a little bit more after. I try to aim for the 30-minute mark. Go outside, just look towards the sun. Don't look directly at the sun because you'll ruin your eyes. And especially have like as much skin exposed as possible. If it's like really cold, then obviously don't be fucking shirtless. But get some sunlight every single morning. The fifth thing I do is meditation. Whenever we meditate, we focus on a very, very certain thing. It can be literally almost just anything, but it's usually our breath. We focus on our breathing. And whenever we are focusing on this breathing, eventually just because our brains are destroyed and our brains are just kind of made to just think, we think about something else. We think about what happened yesterday at work or school, when we got embarrassed at school, fucking some random stupid thing that doesn't matter, some fake thing that doesn't matter, and we're thinking about this fake thing that doesn't matter, and then you're like, oh, I need to focus on my breath. Oh, I'm focusing on my breathing. You go back to that breathing. So our breathing's right here. We're off in la la land. We go back to it. Once we go back to it, it's like a rep for our brain. We work out our brain. It's like whenever you're at the gym, we do like a bicep curl. You do a bicep curl at the gym. You're working out your bicep. You're working out your muscles. Just like how you're working out your brain with meditation. So whenever you go back and you're back to that focus, over time, as you meditate, whenever you're just naturally just going throughout the day and you're just lost in thought, you're not paying attention to anything, I'm just looking at the wall and I'm just thinking about some stupid thing, you'll be able to realize that I'm just looking at the wall, I'm just thinking about a stupid thing, let me focus on my work, let me focus on what I need to do with my life. And when you naturally do this, you'll be able to spend your time, your thinking on things that are actually important. You'll be able to focus more on what you do with your life. So you'll be able to let's say you're in school, you do better in grades or you just do better work, and you'll just be naturally just more happy because you're not off in la la land. You're focused on right now and what you can do right now, and you'll just naturally just be better at what you do. And the last thing that I do as my protocol, it's SBG SMP, is playfulness. Playfulness, you might have sounded a little bit weird. Playfulness, remember when you were a kid, you used to wrestle with your friends or play soccer, go have fun, do tag and stuff, and you play fetch with your dog. If you have a dog or some type of pet, if you just go and pet it and pet your dog, you'll just automatically just feel more happy because you're doing playfulness. So you go play fetch with your dog, you'll feel more happy. Or let's say you have a girl, you wake up in the morning and you play tag, you're running around the house. That will make you so much more happy than when you just restrict yourself saying, oh, I'm not a kid, oh, I don't have time to go play, I'm not playful. Because when we were playful and we had fun and competition, we just naturally just felt more happy. You were more happy as a kid when you were playing soccer with your friends than now when you haven't played soccer for years and all you do is just go work or go to school and you're just kind of miserable. So going and finding something to be playful with, jumping over a puddle, running as fast as you can down a hill and up a hill, going and finding something to do that brings fun, that brings excitement into your life. That will automatically improve your life. Because every single morning I have a bunch of dogs, I go and pet one, I play with one, and this makes me so much more happy. I do this very last thing, then I move on with the rest of my routine and just my daily life, and I just feel so much more happy. I feel so much more accomplished. I feel like I can go and just be happy through it, where I usually just feel miserable. So after improving our mental health, we need to change how we think of ourselves. We can do the smiling, the breathing, the gratitude, the sunlight, the meditation, and playfulness, and it will actually help. It will actually improve our mind, our mental state. We'll just be a little more happier, but we can really get happy when we change how we think of ourselves. Most people, due to a bunch of problems in their past, they got embarrassed in school or just some type of traumatic thing happened to them, like I got in a relationship, ruined my mind, I felt disappointed, I felt like a failure, I felt like I wasn't enough, and I would never be enough, and I didn't deserve to be happy, and I had those thoughts of oh, I don't deserve to be happy, and I went through my life thinking that I was a failure and I didn't deserve to be happy. And you want to know what happened? I was a failure and I didn't deserve to be happy. I didn't find happiness. I usually failed at most things I did, and I just wasn't happy. And now I've changed how I think of myself. I think of myself as a happy, confident, strong guy and a smart person as well. Someone that does good in their class, is someone that pursues their goals like fucking vigorously. And guess what happened? In my college classes, I now get 4.0s. I always get almost all A's in all my classes. I am like a top student. I focus and I pursue my purpose. I've actually made progress in the gym. When I was working that job, I made no progress in the gym. I was going 24/7 consistent, made no progress. As soon as I changed what's happening up here, I made so much more progress. My shoulders are a bunch more bigger, my biceps, I've lost weight. I just feel a million times more healthy because I was spitting and coughing up blood when I was working that job. I haven't spit and coughed up blood since then. So the best way I think to change self-image is affirmations. Affirmations are kind of the thoughts that we have in our head. When was the last time that you thought of yourself as a kind, good person, as a confident person, as an attractive person? When was the last time that you thought about that? You probably don't even know. You probably don't even remember. Whenever we put these thoughts like, I'm happy, I'm kind, I'm this, I'm that, and we think of it in a positive light, I'm a good person, I pursue my goals correctly, or I go to the gym consistently. We have these thoughts in our mind. We're naturally going to be what we're thinking because we have in our mind, we control a machine. We control a machine towards a goal. If I think that I'm sad and depressed, I'm slowly going to go towards that sad and depressed version of me. When I think that I'm happy, I'm slowly going to go towards that happy version of me. So that's why we need to do affirmations. That's why this throughout the day, just think of yourself that I'm happy. Think of yourself in a good, positive light. Don't go like too much like, oh, I'm a multi-millionaire. Oh, I get all the women. Oh, I'm the strongest guy. I'm the best guy. I'm the best person ever. Because when you do that, it causes complacency. It causes you just like, okay, then I'm the richest person. I'm the strongest person. I don't really need to compete with anyone. Think of yourself as the person who's competing, the person who's going for the goal. After gaining way more better mental health and a better positive self-image, we need to look at purpose. When I finally quit that job, I finally stopped being a mechanic. I still didn't feel like I had a real purpose. I just felt like I was just like in a place where I just like didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't know where I wanted to go. So I journaled. I did the gratitude and it's still journaling, but I did a deep journaling. I wrote down what I wanted to do with my life, who do I want to help, why do I want to help them, and another very important thing, and I really, really hope that you right now, you stop this video and you write down this, what would I do if I had all the money in the world, I never had to worry about money ever again, what type of work would I do? And I wrote it down, and it was two things that actually came up to me. It can be multiple things. It was work on a channel to improve other men's mental health so they don't go through the issues that I've went through and they can be more better and more happy and more successful and they can become a real strong man. But also so I can be an engineer so I can design things and invent things. I want to be an inventor. And guess what I'm going towards? I'm going towards those two goals, those two things. So when I wrote down all of that, I was able to find my purpose and work towards it. And let's say you do write down something, you go towards it, and you don't feel happy about it, then just do it again over and over and over again, and then you'll eventually find your purpose. When you think about it critically and you write it down, you'll eventually find your purpose. You'll eventually find what makes you happy in your life that you want to fulfill, and it's your life mission. And after doing all three of these things, you will change your life. Your life will simply just get better because you'll have better mental health, you'll just be more naturally, just more happy. You'll have a better self-image. You just think of yourself more goodly. You think like, oh, I'm a good person, I'm a kind person, instead of this like negative belief that almost every single person has. And then you'll have a purpose, you'll have an actual mission and a goal that you can go and strive towards. So after you do all this, please get consistent and please go and work towards and walk towards your goal. There's going to be something in your head that's going to make an excuse. I hope that not everyone has this excuse in their head, But if you have this excuse in your head, like, oh, I can't be rich because I'm just born poor. Oh, I'm never going to be attractive because I was just born fat. I was just born with this disease of being fat. I was fat too. I was a fat little shit. Right there, right there. I was fat and overweight, stressed, depressed. I hated myself. I had thoughts of suicide. I got in a miserable relationship and I hated my life. But I'm able to change that where I can go to the treadmill and smile while running on it. And I was a fat little kid. And I hated cardio. I hated doing the fucking pacer tests in fucking elementary school. So please get consistent. Please eliminate that excuse from your mind and just go towards your purpose. Go towards your goal. Go improve your life and your mental health. Please. Okay? So thank you for watching this video. My name is Hunter Smith. I'm currently working on this channel, so please like and subscribe. But I'm also working on a course, as I mentioned earlier, going over how men can improve their mental health, find the positive self-image in their mind so they can actually improve and be more happy in their lives, and also find a purpose that makes them happy, as well as improve their dating life, because dating for me is what ruined my life. I got in a terrible relationship, and I want men to actually be ready for when they go into a relationship so they can be mentally strong and have mental fortitude with whatever life throws at them so they can truly be happy and strong with their life. So thank you for watching this video. You please be safe, you please be careful. You better lock in, and you better do the SBG SMP fucking protocol fucking tomorrow. Or at least just do the smiling. Fucking do it. Peace.